We're now about to go live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now live.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com. They are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird.
That's me.
He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland.
In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown.
He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town.
Later on, we'll conspire as we drink by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Oh, Tony, it's snowing. We should go get some hot chocolate in Central Park.
Love to.
Thank you, Newman. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown.
We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kitties knock him down.
Look out. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire
to face unafraid.
I'm not afraid. The plans that we made.
I'm not either. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Merry Christmas.
89.5 WSKB.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. Who can believe it? It's December, 17th. My gosh, 2024, where you are, where I am, it is the beautiful snowy day that, well, it's not snowing. We woke up this morning.
8 days till Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mantle of white right here in Westfield, Massachusetts. My name is Bob Plass. I'm from Westfield on Weekends. You can go to westfieldonweekends.com to see all the information about what is happening and what we have down there at our gallery, etc., etc. All the great holiday happenings that you may have missed. We're going to talk about a few. Peter Coles is in the center square with me, and today, of course, we've got Jessica Martin is coming. She's our Christmas present. She'll be here, and we really look forward to it.
Does she know that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. She's going to be wrapped up in a bow, and she's going to come and bring good conversation. Everyone needs good conversation this time of year. Yeah. Hey, Peter, tell me, snow, is that going to be, are we going to have a snowy winter like there's nothing like waking up. I thought, geez,
it's been pretty cold early on in the season, though. Usually we don't get cold like this till January. So
oh, gosh.
It's been a little chilly. It's warmer. It was warmer Monday.
Yeah.
And it might be a little bit more seasonable on Tuesday. So
Yeah. It was a wonderful, long weekend for someone who works the crowd, if you want to call it that. On Thursday night, we went to see Holiday Inn. Or I went to see Holiday Inn, okay? Down at the Westfield Theater Group. Boy, did you guys miss a really good community show. You know, Rob Clark, who has been on with me here, and I talked afterward, and I said to him, this was my compliment, I said, you know, a show that has lots of tapping, a big orchestra, one song after another, a book, the book of the show is not as great as you would want it to be. He moved it along. Those costumes were beautiful. The tapping and the enthusiasm of the crowd. James saw it yesterday, and he said, boy, that enthusiasm, or saw it 2 or 3 days ago, and he said the enthusiasm of the people on stage was infectious, and I really agree.
That's great.
And one of the better bands, orchestras that I've heard at a community show, led by Tyler Cook, who we knew years ago when he was a student at Westfield State University, is now a director of music, I think, in the town, but he was directing, and it was top notch. You know, you can always tell when you're listening to an orchestra, if it is a professional orchestra, when those high notes on the trumpets, you know, ring out clear and well. Well, my gosh, this show filled with Irving Berlin songs, one after another. Gosh. And they had a man, his name was Leslie. I can't remember, David Leslie or something. David might be the brother. Glenn Leslie, I think his name is. And he was a tapping instructor, or an instructor of tap. And so he knows how to tap. And so he does this 5-minute tap number that was just, well, you know, you don't see that in community theater. And to get community theater folks to all tap in unison, oh my God, or to pretend to tap, that would be me. You know, you just look like you're moving your foot. You know, but
yeah,
at any rate,
the old soft shoe.
Yeah. So we had Holiday Inn over the weekend. Okay. On Friday night, we had Up Close and Musical, the holiday edition down at Westfield and Weekends. We had about 65 people there for an incredibly wonderful concert of all kinds of music, from Der Fledermaus, the opera, to Handel's Messiah, to jazz, to, oh gosh, there was, this is great. My favorite things, you know, that song that was in the musical Sound of Music, that has a line about mittens and snow and silver white winters that melt into spring, and somehow or other, it's now a Christmas song. Okay. All you need to do is write a song that has snow in it.
Favorite things, you mean?
Yeah. My Favorite Things was never written as a Christmas song, but it is now a Christmas song. So that ended the evening, and it with our great student friends, Brian Brophy and Priscilla Olokson. I think that Olokson, yes, yeah, just a great evening. Okay, so that's Friday night, Peter. Okay,
Friday night I went to see Red 1 in the movie theaters.
You went? Oh, this is now that's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie, yeah.
So what makes it a Christmas movie? Is Red 1 is Red?
Red is Santa Claus. It's his code name. Red 1 is the code name.
And is he hired by the FBI or something?
No, he gets kidnapped.
Oh my gosh. Who's he kidnapped by? Who kidnaps
I'm not
him?
giving the whole movie away.
Oh, all right.
I'm
Okay.
not giving the whole movie away. But it
So he's
stars The Rock.
And Rock is...
Dwayne Johnson.
Yo,
The
so
Rock.
of course. No, yeah. But is he Santa?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Got it. Is
Santa's played by, hold on, let me look up the cast. You talk for a second here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We know who's the one. Tim Allen played Santa Claus in all of the Claus.
So J.K.
movies.
Simmons plays Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh, you know J.K. Simmons. He's the bald man who does those commercials for the insurance company or something. You know, yeah, isn't he? And he's a great actor. He's won an Academy Award.
He was on Law and Order for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie Hunt plays his wife.
Oh my. Okay, gotcha. So
We have
Mrs. Claus is in it as well.
We have Krampus.
Krampus is in it as well.
Krampus is in it as well.
Well, Krampus must have stolen Santa Claus. Is the Grinch in it as well?
No Grinch.
No. Okay. Krampus and
You'll have to watch
Santa.
it. Actually, it's available already on Prime
Oh, okay.
because it's been out for a couple weeks in the movie theaters, and it's out on Prime already. You can rent it at home and watch
Okay.
it.
Red 1.
Red One. It's a cute little movie. It talks about the secondary plot line is a Christmas doubter saves Santa.
A Christmas doubter saves Santa.
You like that? A story in 5 words.
Bah, humbug. Bah, humbug. Yeah. Well, I've never been a Christmas doubter, I got to say, because when we had our winter walk on Saturday, Artworks Westfield produced the winter walk in Westfield.
Yeah, how'd that
and
go?
we
That
could-
was a fairly nice day.
Oh, gosh. Well, it was a wonderfully wintry weather day. The winter weather was normal. It was in the 30s, okay, 32 to 36.
Yeah, it was cold. Yeah.
Cold, but brisk, and the sun was out, okay? Now, we were talking about it just this morning at the mayor's office, and we were saying that it was a perfect cold winter day, but on School Street, where the tents of some of the vendors were. See, there were all these vendors all throughout the downtown, in stores, outside, under tents, and folks were going from store to store and buying, and all of the stores reported, and the restaurants reported a great day of sales. Very much needed in a time when 20 to 30% sales are down in this area. I don't know for the rest of the world, but boy, you got to get out there and shop if you have a few extra bucks, because a lot of our small businesses and restaurants are really hurting this season. But on Saturday, Westfield was filled with buyers, and we really love the idea. But on School Street, it became like not a wind tunnel, but it was like a canyon of frost.
Yeah.
Because
That's a cold street. I walked it before.
Yeah, because when the sun shines, the buildings get in the way on both sides. It's a narrow street, right? So the folks who were on the vendors who were on School Street were really very cold. And the shopping on School Street, well, they did very well, but you had to really be bundled up. And down at Westfield on weekends, we had a wonderful day. We had Santa and Mrs. Claus were there, and the elves were there, and the toy maker, a la BP right here, toy maker. My name was Billy Tonka. Billy Tonka. Where do you think I got that?
I wonder.
Is
Is there a copyright violation there somewhere?
I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't, halfway through the day.
It should have been Ta Tonka.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that's a good one too. Mrs. Claus called me Billy halfway through the day, and I had forgotten that my name was Billy Tonka. So we had all these kids coming in. They were decorating cookies. They were writing cards. They were marveling at the northern lights that fill the room with our incredible display, which is called Once Upon a Winter's Day, that is based on Robert Frost stopping by Woods on a snowy evening. You got to come down, and it's going to be there right straight through January. So you're going to have an opportunity where there are events that will happen around the winter. We're even going to do an artist reception in January, only because, as you know, Peter, it's so hard this time of season to not have conflicting events.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There was on Saturday, the Elks had a Santa. I know that there were events that were outside of the downtown district, but we all descended, and I got to say that we're always proud of Westfield. But on that day, especially the winter walk, we were really proud, and we sold a lot of our winter lottery board, and we actually then drew the tickets on yesterday's performance of Uncommon Christmas Carol, the fractured version.
How'd that go?
Oh my gosh.
Somebody said they bought tickets, and I'm like, God bless you.
Yes. So the Billy Tonka left, and in his place came Harvey Dickens. Harvey is the long-lost relative of Charles Dickens because Charles couldn't make it. He was off doing his laundry. And so Harvey substituted. That's Harvey with an H. Yeah. And so he substituted. Yeah. So at any rate, we did the show that we did at Bright Nights several years ago. We haven't done the show in 7 years. It's sort of like...
Is that the
one that you saw?
Yeah. It's been that long?
Long. We haven't done it for 7 years.
I was still married I was still married then.
Yeah, you were married to your ex back then.
Yeah, Stephanie was there. She went to that one with me over in Southwick.
Yeah, we had it at somebody said, where did you do it? I forgot all about Tucker's. We did it at Tucker's. We did it at School Street Bistro. Remember the School Street Bistro?
I do.
We did it at Genesis House. We did it at Bright Nights. We did it at Toccoa Country Club. And we were all over the place for maybe 10, 11 years or so. So, I always say that if you're going to perform when you're my age, that it's always wonderful to have the script in front of you. So soon, right from the very beginning, we designed it so that I would always have the line in front of me, okay? And that doesn't mean that I'm going to get my line. Because, you don't want to be reading the book. You want to be looking at the audience, but you just want it to glance down, get a line, and go for it or whatever. Well, sometimes I glance down in the wrong place, and somebody has to tell me, Honest to God. At any rate, okay, so here's what happened. We were scheduled to have a rehearsal at 11:30 in the morning. Okay, the show is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, folks. All right. So I thought I would get up at 10 o'clock in the morning and then get over there for the 11:30 because I was up I've had a really long week and I needed my sleep. And, I read books and I'm up until 1 o'clock. And so I need that 9 hours or 8 hours or whatever. And so at about 9:30, I heard the beep on my phone. And I read, and it says, "Oh, I am so sorry, Bob. This is Marissa. I am down with the flu. I cannot come. And therefore, I hope you can find a replacement." All right.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. She was so diligent. We had a line rehearsal on Wednesday evening, and she came, and she was so wonderful. This is a woman now who was about 8 years old when we started doing this show, and now she lives with her boyfriend in Southwick. Oh my God. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that. I don't know. But at any rate, that's where she is. Okay. So these kids have grown up. So I then had to sort of say, where are we going to get some? So I got online and I moved some characters around, and I finally thought, okay, she was going to be a solicitor with the wonderful actress Nancy Wright. Well, we have Chris Lindquist, a former Athenaeum director, coming. He had played Chris. What's the name? Bob Cratchit for a long while. Yep. So Chris's partner is this wonderful woman, the artist that you may see on public television occasionally, on a show called Reflections in Watercolors. Her name is Susan Tilton Pecora. She did that show for 3 years, and it's been syndicated all across the country. But at any rate, so I call Chris, or I email Chris, and I said, would you mind? I know that Susan is coming, and I know that she might have a cape, because I'd seen her in the wintertime, and I knew she had a cape. So I didn't have to worry about a costume. All we had to do was to have her have a cape. So I wrote, and I said, could she play the solicitor? Now, that was her audition. So she came. We started our run-through at about 12:15. The doors were opening at 1 o'clock. We did a run through, very shoddy run through, slipshod. I called us Slipshod Productions produces this show. Slipshod.
Okay.
Yeah. Just in case, you got to get the audience on your side. So I got the audience on our side by just laying it all out there, And we had a great audience filled with folks that I knew, and maybe about 65 people or so. It was a good audience, I was expecting 4,000, so 65. I'm happy with that. At any rate, and considering that Slipshod Productions had really only 1.5 rehearsals, well,
Okay.
lo and behold. Everything, it was like sense memory. Everything came back, okay? And we got the laughs. The layout of we did it in the round, but more than in the round, we were going between tables and everything, and we knew that the street was supposed to be here, and Cretch's house is over here, and Scrooge's office is there, and Scrooge's bed chambers are over here, and this is where the graveyard is, etc. So, lo and behold, everybody remembered where to go, and they were laughing from the start, and we had a very good production. It wound me down, though. I said to James, Bob, this is what he said. I said, how was it? He said, Bob, you were very good, but you were not up to your usual snuff.
Ooh.
I said, what do you mean I wasn't up to my usual? He said, oh, no.
That's fighting words.
Yeah. He said, you were very, very funny. You were with it, but your age is showing. Oh, my God, help me. Oh, my God. I even got down on my knees. We did a little scene where I go to the church and I'm looking for a hat for my Spirit of Christmas present costume, and I look up on the altar, and there's the Advent wreath. And so I have the man who I get from the audience, who was Jim Johnson Corwin. I tell him that go up on the altar and steal that, and I put it on my head, and I do a whole spiel about being the Spirit of Christmas present, a la Elton John meets RuPaul, reached Katy Perry, and here I all am, and they're laughing and all that sort of stuff. So I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling really kind of wonderful. And then James says, well, you're showing your age, Bob. And I thought, oh, my God. Well, maybe, just maybe, I have 1 or 2 more performances in me. Because I refuse to go out. Well, like Rudy, what's the guy's name? I was going to call him Rudy Valley. No, Frankie Valli. Oh, my gosh. Have you seen Frankie Valli in the YouTube videos?
How they rolling him out there, and he looks.
Oh, not only
lost.
not only that, he's out there and he's supposed to be singing, and they have a soundtrack, and he's sort of like standing there, and it is so, I just don't want to do that. I just don't. And, all the more power to Frankie. At least he deserves, be in the spotlight or whatever. But, when do you know, Peter? When would you say
You shouldn't be doing something anymore?
Yeah, when do you retire? That's always a good. When do you?
So you don't think you've lost a step, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you should listen to the input from people around you, because your brain still thinks it's fine.
Oh yeah.
But the people around you notice more than you do.
Yeah, very true, very true. And laughter is one of those things that you either got it or you don't, and or improv. And our show is improvisation, so you got to be, you quick on your feet. Well, maybe it's like Bob driving a car. My reflexes are not as sharp, but they were super sharp once, and now they're not as sharp.
Sure, yeah.
Not as sharp, but. Not as sharp. Bob is better than some others, I suppose. So I got to give myself that credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I got all of my laughs that I intended to get, or let's say 90%, then that's a success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and since it's improv, maybe there weren't as many jokes. Maybe there weren't as many opportunities. But oh God, it sounds as if I'm saying this was a lousy performance. It wasn't. It was a very the audience loved it, and so at any rate. But that was, and of course you've got that on your head. On my head throughout it was. Gosh.
Yeah, that big monstrous thing.
Oh yeah, I've got that. But I also have the idea that. Well, we've got 4 people in the show, including somebody I hired directly out of their morning sleep, okay, and another little girl who had never done it before. Oh, I've got to give her credit. Her name is Mackenzie, and I think her last name is Mazzello. And Brenda is her grandmother, and George Delisle called Brenda to get her to come. She's an actress. She sings with the Dan Kane Singers, and she came in, and she's like 12 years old, and she was like a star on Broadway. It was great. At any rate, so a lot of stress there. So we went to unwind, and we went to Tribeca last night and had a lovely meal at Tribeca, which is the new restaurant in downtown Westfield. You got to check it out. Have you been there yet, Pete?
No, I have not. We're looking to get there, but I haven't been there yet.
It's really lovely. It's where Lamson Furniture was downtown.
Yeah, I know where it is. I just haven't been there yet.
And if you go in, you're right across the street from the Elm Street Plaza that is brightly lit and has a holiday tree in it, the official holiday tree, etc. So why don't we? I think we ought to take a break. I've waxed eloquent for enough time. You know, we started the show with Lady Gaga singing Winter Wonderland, and I wanted to sort of say, well, look, oh my God, Hollywood is calling me here on my phone. So I found a song that it said what I've said all weekend long. Our Tree Jubilee actually ended this week. You can find out the winners at Westfield on Weekends on Facebook, as well as a woman named Jody Slayton won the $250 credit or board of the lottery winners. Jody Slayton. And so you can see all of the winners who won, etc., on our website. But so what does my heart say? My heart says wow. And believe it or not, there's a song called My Heart Says Wow, or Said Wow. It's by Michael Franks, and I thought I'd play it for you. It's from Time Together. If you don't know Michael Franks, he's a really great songwriter-singer. This is from 2011, and my heart says wow. This is My Heart Said Wow.
I guess I never knew love could ever be true love. Life had left me gigantically anti-romantic. I was blue as Camus, and I never quite understood why. Love passed me by.
Though it's true that this ditty begins in self-pity, I can promise the ending will be more ascending, 'cause I've made some revisions since our sweet collision. And how, just look at me now,
I simply surrendered the moment my heart said wow. It's true that this ditty begins in self-pity. I can promise the ending will be more ascending, 'cause I've made some revisions since our sweet collision. And how? Just look at me now. I simply surrendered the moment my heart said. I simply surrendered the moment my heart said. I simply surrendered the moment my heart said, wow.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday where you are. It is December 17th. 1 week from Christmas, Hanukkah, and 1 week and 1 day from Kwanzaa. So they all are around a certain date, which is next week. And we start a new year. That's 2 weeks from next Tuesday. 2 weeks from today is January 1st. Could that be possible, Peter?
The 25th is a Wednesday.
Right.
So 7 days.
Oh, 25th. Okay, so it's not a week from today. It's Christmas.
Christmas Eve is a week from today.
Christmas Eve. So today is the...
So that means New Year's Eve would be the following Tuesday. New Year's Day would be Wednesday?
Yes, yes. So we are
so
just...
the second would be on Friday.
Got it. Now, are you planning a big celebration? Do you start to plan now for your New Year's Eve celebration, Peter?
No.
Oh, good. Me either. Although, I just sort of figure out that, maybe it's time to just have a quiet time where I don't have to think about smiling and putting on a costume. That might be, or even seeing people, that I always think that the holidays are so filled with such opportunity to get together and celebrate. Mm-hmm. And in Westfield on weekends, Artworks Westfield, the city itself, all seems to have all these wonderful things that bring us all together. Do you crave that moment, Peter, when you have no one around, perhaps just Christy, or I have James, or whatever?
Yep, or even, kind of like just doing your own thing. I've done that too.
And those December, you've worked, I remember that you have worked on Christmas Day several years, right?
Doing it again this year.
You are?
Yeah, the guy that works day shift has 5 kids.
Uh-huh.
He's raising them as a single dad, so I'm giving him the day off.
Wild. And so you're going to be up at Mount Holyoke College?
Correct.
So does Christy come up and you spend the day together? Or
No, we're getting together on Christmas Eve with my brother and his wife's family.
Yeah.
It's a huge gathering of about 25 people.
Oh, gosh.
And we're doing a Polish Christmas Eve.
So
that's a pierogi.
Yeah. And 5 fishes, right? You have all different kinds of fishes?
That's the traditional. That's more Italian.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're going to do fishes and stuff like that.
I remember spending it with my friends Zibby and Anya, and they were right from Poland itself. They would have these dishes where well, I remember one with rice and mayonnaise and peas or something. You know, some interesting things. It seemed like a lot of mayonnaise. I don't know. Have you in your Polish household or family members, have you had a lot of mayonnaise maybe I'm remembering
I think
it
it's
wrong.
sour cream.
Oh, could it be sour cream? I remember it was, maybe that's it. Yeah. Hey, and speaking of that, our pierogies, Yannick's pierogies, are now on sale at the Big Y. I just saw it the other day that, we have this wonderful pierogi cafe downtown.
Yep.
And they are now selling in the stores, very similar to Millie's pierogi, which you may know. I think Millie's pierogi goes all over New England now. They are from Chicopee. They were right down the street from where I lived in Chicopee Falls when I was a kid, Millie's pierogi. But now Yannick's pierogi, we can buy them in the stores as well as at the Pierogi Cafe. If you're anywhere near Westfield, incidentally, that's a great place to eat, as well as the Crave Cafe. Hey, and I think I got a handle on what's going into the store that used to be Connor's downtown.
Gonna break some news?
Well, I don't know whether I can break it or not, but I was looking at the sign. Okay, now the sign says "Coming soon, something delicious," and I asked the burrito shop, I asked Joe Wynn next door, I said, what's happening next door? And I knew that it was my great friends Mark and Alicia from Crave Cafe that were involved. He said, well, they've put in a brand new kitchen. It's looking great, and I don't know when they're opening. I don't exactly know the menu, but he said, it's going to be beautiful. So then I'm going outside, and I'm looking at the sign that says, something delicious, and I thought, maybe that's the name of the restaurant. And below it is a streetscape of Westfield's Elm Street, which is our main street in Westfield. Mm-hmm. And it has a sign on this door that says Crave Cafe. Then it says Julie and, oh my gosh, I can't remember the other woman's name, Julia and Anya's Boutique, okay, which is also Crave Cafe. And then you come down the street, and there is Connor's, and in small letters is the name Family Tree, Tree.
Okay.
So I think that restaurant, this might be news, but I may be wrong, but the sign on the building says Family Tree. Now, it's not Dollar Tree, it's Family Tree. So who knows? But Mark and Alicia told me that it was going to have a sandwich menu and breakfast menu, very wonderful kind of down-home comfort foods, et cetera, et cetera. So we look forward to that. So we're really doing pretty well. We were at the Maple Leaf Cafe earlier last week with my folks from Westfield State University. That continues to have some great snacks and great food. Oh, well, sandwiches and everything. And I got to tell you that Tribeca, here's something to try at Tribeca. Tribeca has charcuterie boards that are really wonderful. And you can choose the kinds of cheeses. It comes with 4 cheeses. If you do the board for 5, it comes with 4 cheeses and 1 meat, grapes, and breads, and also a marinade or some type that is really delicious, and a very good mustard. And you can kind of fill up on that. And their flatbread pizzas are really very, very wonderful, as well as they're now serving an entree. They have tapas as well, those small plates, but they have an entree of the evening now. So if you're thinking of going someplace special, think about Tribeca, as well as, oh my gosh, I got to say that Chrissy's Bakery down the street has great sandwiches throughout the afternoon. Around the corner is Santiago's, that wonderful Puerto Rican place. Alo Saigon is right there. We have Two Rivers Burritos. Ray Ray's downtown, as well as the good table, and around the corner is Emma's Italian. I think I've covered it, basically, but you got someplace to go, plus all of our takeout pizza places. I think there are, and sandwich shops. There's even a Subway downtown. So you've got a lot of restaurants in a short area. Oh, and how can we not forget? How can we not forget? No. How can we forget? Is it, how can we not? We can't forget. I guess that's the way. We cannot forget the Tavern Restaurant, which for all these years has been such a staple in Westfield. A great place. And you can go there right straight through Christmas and hear Corey Bruno and the Carolers as well. Yeah, yeah. Peter, what did you do this weekend? Other than...
So we went to see the movie on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I worked, and the wrestling promotion that I watched, WWE.
Wrestling promotion?
Yes, of course. I brought back a little bit of my childhood by partnering with NBC again and bringing back Saturday night's main event.
No, wait a minute.
Remember the Saturday night's main event?
Yes,
from
of
the
course.
80s?
Oh, yeah.
So they brought it back, and it was in prime time on Saturday night, and they brought back Jesse the Body Ventura as one of the commentators.
Oh, I was going to say,
Ventura.
he didn't get into the ring.
No, God, he's in his 70s.
So did they start a story and end it in the episode?
No, they continued the storylines they're doing right now, but they're gotten very good, very savvy at things because after the show went off the air live, I mean, they were live on NBC for 2 hours. After the show went off the air, they've gotten really good at this. They continue, so they go off the air, and the good guy is celebrating in the ring because he won the match.
Yeah.
They go off the air, and now everybody's got their phones, right? So they're all videotaping the guy winning the match because, the people around the ring, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the bad guy comes back out of nowhere and attacks the good guy off air.
Oh.
But everybody's now releasing it on social media, right? So this is all still part of the story.
Oh, my gosh.
So the bad guy attacks the good guy and does him in and does a quote-unquote illegal move.
Oh, okay.
That puts him out in the storyline probably for a couple of weeks, gives him some time off. And
for Christmas.
And for Christmas.
Let's write him out for Christmas.
Right. And so
knock him out for Christmas.
So then the bad guy takes the championship belt and is heading out off stage with it. And now Triple H, who is now head of creative, and he's kind of doing what Vince McMahon used to do, kind of produce the shows.
Oh, it's called Triple H?
Well, that's the guy's name is Paul Levesque, but his character was Triple H.
Oh, okay.
So he comes out from the back and confronts the guy because he says, you're deranged and you're crazy. And they get into it. So more people are shooting it on their social media. So now this is going viral on social media after the show.
Oh, my gosh.
They have the marketing just unbelievably done well. It's just so good right now.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. Okay, so I'm going to watch this. There is a documentary.
They have another one in January, I think.
Oh, wild. There's a documentary coming on Netflix, which is about, oh my gosh, she's coming right in here. She's taking her coat off. Jessica.
The one about Vince?
Yes.
I've already watched it. It's not bad.
Oh, good. I'm going to watch that. Hey, we're talking wrestling. Are you a wrestling fan, Judith? Judith Martin. Judith Martin is the person that does.
Yes. What era of wrestling are you?
Manners.
I'm fresh off watching live wrestling over the weekend. I love.
We
wrestling.
were just talking about.
We watched Saturday night's main event.
So no, I haven't seen any of the mainstream stuff. I was in Buffalo, New York this weekend, and I don't know the name of the. I'll have to Google it when we're on a break. But
the promotion.
Yeah, I don't know who the promoter was, but there's some guys who are also like in bands and stuff that also do wrestling. So we were at this big music festival, and the front half of the day they had all these wrestling events, and it was super fun.
You mean you've got heavy metalers wrestling?
Yes, it's a crossover thing. I'm telling you, look it up. It's real. Yep.
And so the crossover is called heavy metal wrestling?
No, it's actually another televised, I don't know what the letters are. It's not WWE or NW or whatever. It's not one of the big mainstream ones, but it is a professional wrestling league. And some of these guys that I know that are in bands also are wrestlers. So.
And is there music attached to the
I
wrestling
think they
match?
do their own stuff. Well, Chris Jericho is the most famous of all of the band wrestlers. Chris Jericho.
Fozzy.
Yeah, Fozzy is his band. He plays heavy metal music, and he's a very famous wrestler. He was in WWE for a long time and all that stuff.
Idea.
Sean went to see the Rolling Stones with him in Florida. So
Holy.
there's a heavy metal wrestling connect for real. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, do they have stories?
Yeah, of course. It's a whole soap opera.
And you agree? You don't think that it's happening? I mean, like it's not real.
No, of course not. No, it's entertainment.
All right,
But
okay.
It's wildly entertaining.
The
physical stuff is so talented.
Yeah, the physicality is real.
I can't
People
even-
people get hurt.
I was watching it so up close. And again, these guys it's a professional level, but it's a smaller scale than the big, huge televised events. And the size of these guys that I know, watching them throw themselves around in the ring at their ages, I was just like, I can't even believe, like, these guys are 300 pounds. They're doing flips, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah. Where were you in the ring? Were you close to the ring? Because you always get up front.
Yeah.
Was it called
That's
Super
true.
Kicked
This
Pro
is a
Wrestling
one-
Rock Show?
Yeah.
No, I was at Blissmas in Buffalo, New York, which was a rock concert mixed with wrestling on the front half of the day.
Blissman.
Blissmas, yeah. If you give that a Google, Pete, you'll be able to find which wrestling network it was that was there. Where was I watching from? So because it was a mixed event, the wrestling ring was in the middle of the venue. The venue held about 4,000 people. This is a really cool venue in Buffalo where if the weather was nice, it was probably really nice. There's like outdoor Ferris wheels and like all kinds of rides and amusements. And then like ice skating and indoor stuff.
Yeah. Buffalo is great.
It was
Wrestling
it was my
presented
first
by
time.
the Butcher Andy Williams.
The Butcher Andy Williams, yes. That's my friend Andy. He used to be the guitar player for Every Time I Die.
loved when he sang Moon River.
He's the other Andy Williams.
Yeah.
He's a great wrestler. So that's the thing.
So in this stadium or whatever, or this venue,
They had the ring in the middle.
right?
And then there was a stage for music. Like if you were facing a wrestling ring, to the far left of the room was a music stage. So during the wrestling, I stood on the music stage so I could see over everybody's head and see the ring because no one was performing the music. So I take my VIP status very seriously.
Oh, you are.
I push my limits. I go wherever I can.
Yeah. Thank God for Sean. Really, honest to God. Which band was he playing with there?
He played with Twitching Tongues there.
Oh, Twitching Tongues.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. Hey, everybody, speaking of twitching, no, this has nothing to do with that.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
okay,
about
I'm
it.
gonna.
Do they have a Christmas song?
Yeah, no. Hey, I think I want to play. Let's see if I'm going to. What I'm going to play. Oh, okay. So why don't we? You're back in your own backyard. Can we play the 7 o'clock song, Peter? Or do you want to? Let's.
Whatever you want to do.
Oh, you know what? I like Sting. This is. Do you know Jim's? Gims. Gims.
No.
He is a French, well, sort of rapper in his way.
Okay.
And this is a combination of Jims and Sting, a song called Rest, R-E-S-T-E, which in French, I think, means rest.
I was just going to say, if it means rest, I'll be shocked.
I think it means rest. Remain or stay. Oh, it means stay.
okay.
Stay. Like you'd say to a dog.
Yes.
Stay.
Stay.
Heal.
Remain.
All right. Jims and Sting, rest.
Comme la lune, la nuit apparaît dans ma vie. Comme une étincelle, elle met le feu sous la pluie. Elle a fait de moi la victime de mes insomnies. Et je me demande comment j'ai fait pour tenir jusqu'ici. Et si jamais je m'en vais, mais tu iras où. Si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait. Si jamais tu partais, mais tu iras où. Si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait. Si jamais tu partais.
Sometimes the moon hides in the clouds so high above me. Her beauty veiled beyond my glances. And every morning leaves me wondering if she loves me still. I roll the dice and take my chances. I roll the dice and take my chances.
Mais tu iras où. Si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait si jamais tu partais, mais tu iras où. Si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait si jamais tu partais.
Just like the rain, she plants a flower in the desert of my heart, till it withers in the sunlight. As the hours pass, I pray for her returning to me, a lonely shadow in the moonlight, a lonely shadow in the moonlight.
Mais tu iras où si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait si jamais tu partais. Mais tu iras où si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait si jamais tu partais. Et derrière chacun de tes pas, je suis là mais tu ne me vois pas. C'est où tu ne me vois pas. C'est où mais je suis là. Et derrière chacun de tes pas, je suis là mais tu ne me vois pas. C'est où tu ne me vois pas. C'est où mais je suis là. Comme la rose rouge qu'elle a posée sur ma poitrine, j'ai prié de peur qu'elle s'envole et ne s'abîme. Elle a fait de moi la victime de mes insomnies, et je me demande comment je fais pour tenir jusqu'ici. Et si jamais je m'en vais, mais tu iras où si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait si jamais tu partais. Mais tu iras où si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait si jamais tu partais. Mais tu iras où si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait mais tu iras où si jamais je m'en vais, ça me rendrait
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donuts shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It is December 17th and counting.
December 17th.
December 17th. This
Wild.
is Jessica Martin. Jessica
Good morning.
Martin. Jessica Martin Realty.com.
That's me.
Jessica Martin, Martin Hives on Facebook. You're also at MaverickRealty.com.
MaverickRealtyCT.com.
And then what? Anything else?
That's it. You'll find me.
You'll
Just
find me.
Type
Yeah.
it in the Google machine.
Yeah,
My information is everywhere. For
And
sure.
she is
The Google machine.
She's an avid reader. She's a Renaissance woman, if there ever was one. Anyone who can read books and go to
wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah. That's very fun.
Yeah. Were you always a person that had many interests and you didn't fit into a box, didn't fit into a stereotype?
100%, yes. When I was a kid, I was very much born a tomboy style of girl where most of my friends were little boyfriends, and I was a daddy's girl, so I was always hanging out with my dad. I wanted to go fishing and do things like that instead of, playing with dolls or other girls.
Yeah.
So I came up with that, and my dad was kind of an alternative character of a person, so he encouraged me to kind of be the same way, that you don't have to do something just because everyone else is doing it, which also helped me just to kind of be independent as a younger person and think clearly and not really give in to peer pressure, which I think is super helpful for parents to teach their kids when they're growing up that, just because so-and-so is smoking the reefer, you don't have to try it too, et cetera.
Sure.
So
Sure.
it gave me that opportunity in a lot of areas. Like, you don't have to dress like everyone else. You don't have to play with with dolls just because the other girls do, and you don't have to try the drugs.
There's not
or
a
do the
standard.
thing.
There's not a standard behavior that you need to fall into.
Yes. No. He definitely used to say, as a direct quote, "It's okay if you march to the beat of your own drum." And I was like, cool. So that's what I've kind of always done. And it encouraged me to pursue things that I was interested in, whether they were cool or not cool, or if other people were doing them or not.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think is the stereotype of we'll go through your various, what's the word? Your various characters. Or what do you call it? Okay, so what's the stereotype of a realtor?
Oh,
got
it. Right, yes. Oh, fun. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So if I was a stereotypical realtor, I would probably have a pantsuit and a BMW and maybe like a nice bob haircut. And
a
bobbed haircut. Yeah,
yes.
Like one of these.
Oh, helmet hair.
Yes. And I would be very busy, and I would probably have lots of happy hours with lots of wine. That's a big joke. Or martinis. There's definitely a lot of alcohol problem jokes when it comes to real estate professionals.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's a good synopsis of that character.
Almost, I think, wondering if there is a stereotype also that realtors don't tell the truth. They're going to tell you what.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't even call that a stereotype. Maybe it is a stereotype, but I often said when people are like, "Oh, you sell real estate," I was so naive when I got my real estate license that I didn't even consider that most people consider real estate sales professionals to be the same as car salesmen or attorneys. Like, you just say whatever you need to get paid, right?
Yeah.
So I was unaware of that. I already had my license in my hand, and then I was like, oh man, now I'm going to have to change this thing. When I say I sell real estate, it's going to have to be, but look, I'm going to be honest and transparent, and we're going to have fun, and it's worked so far. But yeah, I didn't even know that. But yeah, dishonest is another one.
Dishonest. Okay. So what's the stereotype of a beekeeper?
Beekeepers are notoriously cheap.
Really?
Yes.
Wait a minute. It costs a bundle to get.
Why buy it if you could build it?
I see.
Yeah,
okay,
more like, if you could chew up some gum and stick it in the hole instead of fixing it appropriately.
Yeah.
We will come up with ways to do that. No, but I think that's it. You get kind of like a agricultural stereotype on a beekeeper, where if you come and look at the beekeeping club, we have a lot of younger people. There's a lot of women beekeeping now, and there's so many innovations in beekeeping, air quotes, technology, that you can get quite spendy if you want to get all these fun gadgets and bobs for your beekeeping hobby. But yeah, I think being a frugal farmer type is the beekeeping stereotype.
What's the word? Ecocentric?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered the. What's the stereotypical book reader?
Oh, right, a nerd, right? Some glasses and some lack of a social life.
Lack of a
buried in a
social
book.
life. Oh, yeah.
And you must be very, very smart if you read a lot. So that would be a good stereotype.
Oh,
right?
okay.
To plug into.
All right.
I like that one.
Yeah. Stereotypical woman. That's another one of your.
Well, let's see. We're all crazy.
Okay.
No, I don't know. The women thing is
what's
dangerous.
the one
Can
stereotypical thing that you think? Well, if we're talking about stereotypes, it doesn't necessarily come from women that stereotype women, or do they?
Of course they do. And now you're like entering the dangerous waters of a conversation people are afraid to have because of all these gender issues, right? So how do you even define a woman today?
I see. Sure.
Traditionally, if you were doing like a traditional wife or a traditional woman, you would say, more homemakey stuff, nurturing, mothering nature, maybe.
Right.
Caregiver, I don't know.
Yeah.
Feminine, dresses, bows, all that stuff, right?
That's, yeah. Meet your husband at the door.
Yes.
No, that wouldn't be a stereotypical
hot meal on
today.
The table.
Hot meal on the table.
Yeah. That's a thing. I wish I had someone here that could actually speak to it or about it, but there's like an internet thing now with the hashtag tradwife, where like...
Wait a minute, spell that.
TRAD.
Traditional wife.
Trad wife, yeah. So traditional wife,
okay.
Where I don't know if they're making fun, because I don't know enough about the subject, but it caught my ear the other day, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, that younger women are either embracing or making fun of that as a role, where they're like, no, I want to stay home and bake cakes and do my husband's laundry and things like that. So I don't know if it's a real resurgence of that lifestyle or if they're making fun of it. That's what I'm trying to determine.
Well, it's yeah. My dishwasher on the bum. It's not working.
Got it.
Is it on the bum? Is that the expression?
I've not heard.
My
on the bum
dishwasher
before.
is on the bum.
It's
It's not working. Okay, so it hasn't been working for a month now. During that month, we discovered I was washing the dishes this morning, and I was thinking, you know what? We really don't. I want to go back
to hand washing.
To hand washing, and that this makes some sense.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe because the dishes are never just piling up. We're always doing that. And I thought to myself, you know, in this day and age, I wonder if we're wanting the craving, and this maybe only will happen at a certain age. I mean, I don't know whether 16, 17, 20, 30-year-old folks are thinking this, that there's a traditional, nostalgic kind of view of let's go back. For instance, let's go back when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, 5:30 we would be sitting down to dinner.
Time. We had a 5:30 dinner time too in my family. Everyone was at the table. That was
always at the table, regardless of how many arguments we would have at that table. We would be at that table.
Yep, you were passing the peas.
Yeah. And you know, that craving, that wanting that connection in a way. I don't know. Do you find that? Is there something from your
all the things
past that you crave nostalgically?
Yes. So freedom from smartphones is my number one thing. I would
love
that.
Oh, me too.
They've literally made it impossible for us as humans to get by without them. It's very difficult. Sean and I have been trying to find a way because we both feel like we'd be happier. I 100% can't. I have to use the phone, so I have to set boundaries for myself with the phone.
Right.
And he was trying to get rid of his phone, but we got it down. Like, we were almost ready to get rid of his phone, and we got it down to the fact that he can't get an Uber from the airport when he travels for work if he doesn't have a smartphone. Like, he can't get transportation because you can't guarantee that you can find a cab anymore.
Oh.
So
yeah, there's no way reliable way to get a car.
Yeah, the ride sharing has taken over so much, and that's great. That's one of the things about technology that I love is I can go anywhere and I know I can get a ride home. Today I had a flat tire. I knew that I couldn't get Sean, I could get an Uber to take me from the tire place to home at the very least.
Sure.
So that's a great part of it, but the other side of it is just that there's so many expectations that you're supposed to be there and in there. I went to a restaurant the other day and we left our telephones in the car because we wanted to have a conversation at dinner, and they told us we could scan the QR code to get the menu, and I said, I don't have a phone, and they said, well, we don't have a paper menu, and I said, well, then we're at a stalemate. Someone's going to have to tell me what you have on the menu because I'm not getting my phone just to eat at your restaurant. That's crazy.
You eat out a lot, Peter? Have you noticed that as well? That there is.
It started during COVID, but I'm with Jessica on this one. I won't go to a restaurant that just has the QR code.
Yeah, so they did eventually produce a paper menu for me. It took them a minute to find it, but I drew my line in the sand. I was not going to get my telephone. I came here to eat dinner. I did not come here to look at my telephone. So that was interesting. So that's one of the things. I mean, I guess that's a really, really big one. But
isn't that strange that the three of us all, without a hesitation, say that we would like a life without being connected,
tethered to a device?
Yeah. It's a strange thing because we also need to be connected.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. The connection is important.
But maybe the connections were different.
Yeah.
Long ago.
Well, a landline, man. Remember when people used to just call each other? People don't even call each other anymore. It has to be a text or a message through an app. And like, if you call someone, even though their phone is in their hand, they won't answer it.
I hate the back and forth of text messages.
It's so crazy.
If I especially with Christy, I have to talk to her at least on video a couple times a day. Because the messages back and forth drive me nuts.
It's so crazy.
Because they don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
Well, I also
think it's usually
that
at the most inopportune time that you get the message.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And my phone, I don't know if I can turn it off or not, goes boop, boop. Every time I get a message. Can I turn that off?
Peter will help you with that, yes.
Oh, okay. Because, I thought that I had turned on, I've got this thing, do not disturb up here.
Yep.
Where is it? Do I have it on? No, okay. The do not disturb should be on while I'm
right,
on the air.
That'd be a problem.
Yep.
even when that's on, I still hear boop, boop.
Interesting.
Yeah. Is that
shouldn't happen unless it's someone from your emergency contacts. You can set it up so, like, if James was calling, he can get through when it's on Do Not Disturb. But
well,
no
I
one
also
else
have
can.
emergency on there as well.
Yeah.
Your emergency is on. So on Saturday morning, we were doing the pickup for Tree Jubilee.
Yes.
And some folks were at Roots to pick up their tree. And they, unfortunately, the office wasn't open, and it was my wine tree that someone had been on one.
Yep.
And they were craving the wine.
Yeah.
And there was
Like,
a
"Let me
beautiful
get that
table.
tree."
So at any rate, Jim Johnson Corin was supposed to be there at a certain time, and he was. It was like 10 minutes, but they had arrived early, and there were these back and forth,
We're
and then
here.
somebody
Where's the
mentioned
yeah.
something else, and it went on, and you know.
Like, just wait 10 minutes.
Just wait.
It could have just been wait 10 minutes.
Just wait.
Yep.
But
my clients do that to me a lot too, and I don't use my phone when I'm driving. And clients will text me, "We're
I'm here."
Yeah. And I'm like, "Well, our appointment is for 15 minutes from now, and I promise you, I will be there in time for our appointment. But like, I can't text you back while I'm driving the car.
Sure,
it's dangerous. I'm not going to do that. I am going to be there by 3. But I'm often like, at what stage did we get to where we have to tell someone? Like the dentist sends you the reminder or the phone call that says, reminder, you have an appointment tomorrow. But like, you don't need to confirm with me that you've arrived at our meeting point ahead of our appointment time, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just because we have the technology to do it. And I'm like,
information overload.
If I don't show up and it's 3:00 and we have a 3:00 appointment, then feel free to call or text me. But at 2:45, I don't need to know you've arrived. I don't care.
And quite honestly, what's it saying?
Yeah.
I'm
you
waiting
on
for you.
my
time.
Yeah.
I'm
here early. Where are you? Is what I hear.
Where are you?
Yeah.
And you oftentimes, okay, so here's a question for both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
At what
Exactly
point are you late? If you've got an appointment at 1:00 and you walk in the door
After
at 1:00,
5 minutes.
are you late to that appointment?
After 5 minutes. No,
After 5 minutes.
That is my personal rule, but I do not count anyone late. Even if I show up 15 minutes early, if our appointment is at 1:00 and you show up anytime between 1 and 1:05, I don't mind. After 5 minutes, you are late, and I am grouchy. Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Arrive on the time, 1:00,
Okay.
or within 5 minutes of the time. And you're safe.
But I can plan to, as long as I plan to be there at 1:00. And not use the traffic was too much.
Right. Everybody knows when the traffic is, unless it's because of a crash. That's acceptable, but that's also a phone call. Like a phone call, you make a phone call if you're going to.
Well,
be late.
I'm going to text you.
The no call, no show is a different story. If it's 106, 107, 109, you're not here yet. I call you. Where are
and you say no
sorry,
show.
I'm running late.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So if you're going to be more than 5 minutes late, you should let the person expecting you know.
Holy God.
But if you're early, leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Give them time to show up.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Do you know Sharon Jones and the Dap Things?
I don't.
Never heard of her?
Never heard of her.
Yeah, Sharon Jones is was unfortunately she died, was an incredible soul singer who we asked our music director in Wisconsin to come through this week, and he came through. I said, go anywhere you want. It's a holiday. We're going to be talking about all the holidays in one way or another, but I'm trying not to play all holiday music. I mean, have you reached your limit with Mariah Carey?
To be honest, I haven't had that much exposure yet. So
Really?
I'm looking forward to hearing some holiday music, but I think it's good that you're considering that and not just dumping more of it onto people.
Yeah, I think there's a way to have the songs of the season without playing the songs of the season.
Yes.
Because I'm playing them I play it all the time. I'll put on jazz Christmas, classical Christmas, what alternative music Christmas.
Yes.
And you get all this different Christmas. It's really great. So here's Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. This is one of their old hits. It's really great. Thank you, Christian Homan and Wisconsin music director par excellence. Please come home to Christmas. Please come home to Christmas.
Bells will be ringing the glad, glad news. Oh, what a Christmas have the blues. My baby's gone. I have no friends to wish me greetings. Once again, choirs will be singing Silent Night. Oh, Christmas carols by candlelight. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. If not for Christmas, by New Year's night. Friends and relations sends salutations, sure as the stars shine above. For this is Christmas, Christmas, my dear, the time of year to be with the one you love. Won't you tell me you'll no more wrong? Christmas and New Year will find you home. There'll be no sorrow, no grief and pain. And I'll be happy, happy once again. Happy again. No more sorrow, no grief or pain. 'Cause I'll be happy Christmas once again.
Underwriting for WSKB's community radio programming is brought to you in part by R. Levesque Associates. They are offering landscape architecture, civil engineering, environmental permitting, and land surveying. RLA is a second-generation company devoted to excellence in the planning and design of outdoor spaces. On the web at rlaland.com or at 40 School Street in Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday, the week and a day before Christmas. It's going to be
So
Christmas
exciting.
Eve. What do you plan?
Oh, I have a big one planned this year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
On
What?
Sunday evening,
Yes.
I will be boarding an airplane to the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And
Who do you think you are, Ken Stomsky?
I will be, yes.
What is this?
I will be going to see Penn and Teller on Christmas and eating at Momofuku. So we're very excited about that.
Momofuku.
Mm-hmm. Fuku? Momofuku?
Well, okay, so fill us in, Momofuku.
Is a wonderful Asian fusion restaurant in Las
Ah.
Vegas. So we're very excited to eat that. And then I got some other show tickets and stuff. We decided forget Christmas this year because neither one of us enjoys the holiday season and the stress of it all. We enjoy.
Yeah, what do you got there in the
and
background?
gathering.
Is that Las Vegas happening in the
National
background?
Lampoon's
Christmas vacation.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, Christmas! Yeah!
Yep. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just have a Christmas on a Las Vegas strip party. I'm going to go see Absinthe. I'm going to see David Copperfield. We're going to eat some meals. We're going to stay at the Bellagio. 4 days. Christmas in Vegas. Woo!
And is Christmas in Vegas popular? I mean, is that
Everything is still going. There's nothing. I mean,
It's wide open. It's like going to Disney.
We were disappointed to see that Wayne Newton and Barry Manilow both take the week off, so we're not getting to see either of those shows.
Oh God!
But,
You're not seeing Wayne Newton?
No, he took the week off. That son of a gun.
God.
He's not performing the week of Christmas.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, I mean, we typically say we wish we could travel during Christmas. We've said it a lot of times, and this year I said, why don't we really do it this year? That
I've done it during Thanksgiving.
Any stress. You know, we don't
I've done
have
it
to
during
go anywhere.
Thanksgiving week.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
we
did Disney at Thanksgiving.
Sounds awesome.
Disney at Thanksgiving is cool because half of the week is regular and half the week is Christmas.
They do Christmas, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You know, we went to Quebec City last year for Christmas.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I am so missing that, wanting to be someplace else, you know. But we'll do that later in the year, I suppose.
Yes.
And I'm hoping to do it in the springtime. And I still want to have something special. For years, the stereotypical Christmas, we're talking about what's the stereotypical
all the
Christmas?
Stereotypes of the day. Well, the stereotypical
For you.
Christmas would be, right, you wake up in the morning, you have presents under the Christmas tree, and then you have a brunch or breakfasty type of thing, and then you gather with friends, family, or all of the above to have some gigantic meal later in the day.
Right. And then what happens at night?
You go to the movies.
You go to the movie? Really? Oh.
In my family, on Christmas Eve, we used to get Chinese food. We would go to this one Chinese restaurant we all loved. So Christmas Eve, we would go there to eat.
It's
Christmas
so
morning, you would do presents.
Is there any Jewish in your family?
No.
Because a lot of Jewish
a lot of
folks.
Scrooges, but
Yeah,
not a lot.
yeah.
No, and we would do presents, and then we would go have like an early, Christmas dinner at Grandma's house at like 1 p.m. But by the time everything was over, when we were older, when we were little kids, it was play with your toys and go to bed. But when you were older, it was like, what do we do now with the rest of the day? And the movies was always open, so you go see whatever the new feature is. 6 or 7 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
Right? It's a good idea.
It would depend.
I was telling Bob I got to see Red One, which is a fun little enjoyable Christmas movie.
Red One.
Red One.
Stars The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, I love The Rock.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Okay,
And
so you put that.
J.K. What's his name from?
J.K. Simmons.
Yes, I
As
love
Santa.
him too. What is that on? Is that streaming or in the theater?
It is.
It's in the theaters.
Okay.
And
but
streaming.
because it's MGM Amazon Studios, it's also available on Prime.
On Prime. I'm watching that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always out for a new Christmas movie to
It's
watch
fun.
in the season. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. I would think that for me, the stereotype, the thing that I love most is the turkey sandwich.
Oh, like the Thanksgiving
at night.
leftovers? Ah, okay.
No, at night.
Yeah.
After, you've eaten all day long, and then you wait 5 hours. And then you have this
Turkey
mayonnaise.
mayo.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's the mayonnaise.
Turkey mayo.
Mayo, turkey, and stuffing, and I like cranberry sauce. And you eat that at
Yes,
night. Like,
delicious.
Oh my God.
Did I tell you about our post-Thanksgiving egg roll? That's a thing that my friends do.
Thanksgiving
Ugh,
egg roll.
If you like that after Thanksgiving.
Wait a minute.
So
is that like Easter egg roll?
Yeah. The day after Thanksgiving, my friend group makes Thanksgiving leftover egg rolls. So you get out the wonton wrappers, the big sheets, and you roll turkey, stuffing, all the things inside of the egg roll. And then we deep fry them, and then you serve them with gravy and cranberry sauce. You can dunk your egg roll right into it. And it is the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life. Better, dare I say, than the sandwich with the mayo, even though the sandwich with the mayo is so
it's
good.
that fried
Yeah,
feature.
it's crispy, and
Yeah,
then you dip it in the cranberry sauce. It's so good.
Peter, this is something right up your alley. Have you thought of that? Wonton,
No, it sounds good,
you
though.
buy.
Yeah.
Where do you buy a wonton? Is it in the Big Y?
In the grocery store, yeah. You can get it in the grocery store.
In
I
the-
mean, it's probably harder to find in every single grocery store, but usually in the international section of the freezer department, you can get a wonton wrapper. Or, there's more and more and more of them, but you can go to an Asian market and get the real, legit, nice size wonton
This
wrappers.
sounds great. Is there any way to bake them so that
Of
they?
course, yeah. You don't have to deep fry them. You could totally bake them.
I'm going to try this.
Yep, it's delicious.
And then you've got your gravy. You dunk
Yeah,
them
so you
in
keep
the
the gravy and the cranberry on the side, and you put everything else in the roll, and you roll them up like little tiny burritos, little egg rolls.
Why aren't they selling this at the
I
Big
know.
E?
This is a genius.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll get a booth next year. Could make a killing.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my
Thanksgiving
God!
egg rolls.
Thanksgiving egg rolls. You got it. I think it's
so
a
good.
brilliant idea. Well, hey, do you know the group Fleet Foxes?
Fleet Foxes? No.
Have you ever heard this group, Peter? Fleet Foxes.
No.
It is supposedly it's a group from Seattle, American indie folk band formed in Seattle, and this man, his name is Robin Pinchcard or something. What the hell is his name? It's there someplace.
You're the host, Bob. You're supposed to know this.
Robin what's
Pecknold.
that? Pecknold.
Pecknold.
Robin
Pecknold.
Pecknold, yes, writes this music.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I got into this was because I was going to play one of my favorite Pentatonics holiday songs.
Love the Pentatonics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to play them after I play this next time we have music in our show. But I wanted you to hear the Fleet Foxes because Pentatonics does a Fleet Foxes cover.
Oh, boy.
And somehow or other I
This is
said,
a
well,
lot.
what is that? And then I went on Fleet Foxes. And then they've been making recordings since, I think, 2011 or so.
Okay.
And apparently they've won some Grammy Awards.
Oh.
And their harmonies and their lyrics are just so wonderful. So I went down a whole rabbit hole last night for about 45 minutes listening to Fleet Foxes albums.
Foxes, okay.
And so I didn't know what I was going to pick, but I'm going to, just to give you a taste of the harmonies and the incredible guitar. And they're indie, so they're not really folk music, but they are. And then there's a piano thing at the end, and it's very interesting. This is a song called from an album of theirs that I can't remember the album of. It's called, I don't know what the hell the album is called, but it's the name of the song is He Doesn't Know Why.
Doesn't know why.
He doesn't know why, and this is Robin Pecknold, or Pecknold, Robin Pecknold. You gotta Google and listen to some Fleet Foxes music. Enjoy it.
Penniless and tired with your hair grown long, I was looking at you there, and your face looked wrong. Memory is a fickle siren song I didn't understand. In the gentle light as the morning nears, you don't say a single word of the last 2 years where you were when you reached the frontier. I didn't understand, no. See your rugged hands and a silver knife, $20 in your hand that you hold so tight, all the evidence of your vacant life. My brother, you were gone, and you will try to do what you did before, pull the wool over your eyes for a week or more, let your family take you back to your original mind. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say. I can say.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. That was Fleet Foxes. You're going to hear their version, or Pentatonic's version of one of their songs. What did you think of them, Peter?
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. And their albums are really very, very interesting, and they're like, they think about where they're going with their album.
Yeah.
The whole album you have to listen to in one way or another. And their lyrics can be really telling. They're on YouTube. You can find them. And you thought that...
I liked it. Yeah. I thought it was good.
Yeah, good. Hey, you said that you're busier than ever as a real estate... Listen, don't tell your friends.
I wouldn't say busier than ever. Busier, this is a terrible thing to say out loud. I'm busier than I like to be this time of year.
Oh, my God.
I like for everybody to be focusing on enjoying the holidays this time of year, but unfortunately,
I would say if
people are still focused on their real estate transactions.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to show houses after we're done recording this show.
It just sort of seems to me that I read somewhere that you shouldn't plan on showing or that this is the dead season.
It's usually what we tell people. It's Christmas. You want people in and out of your house while you got the Christmas tree up? Do you want to look at houses while you're trying to plan your Christmas things? But there are people out there who still, again, right now for me, it's more buyers than sellers. But I do have a few houses that I'm selling that are closing before the end of the year. So I have that to deal with in addition to people are calling me every day to say, can we go see this? Can we go see that?
And does it behoove somebody to buy a house before the end of the year because of taxes or anything like that?
No, I mean, it depends if you're talking about investors or first-time home buyers. It's always going to be, if you're a first-timer, you're going to get a little bit of a tax benefit. If you needed it desperately at the end of the year, certainly it would benefit you to do it before the end of the year. But that's not what's vexing any of my clients. They don't care when they buy as long as they get something, which is why they're still poking around at this late in the season.
Sure. Can they be picky?
Well, not particularly because
not around here.
Yeah, there still aren't a lot of houses to buy, so that you still have to bid aggressively. You still have to overpay. You're still going to have a high interest rate. And if you're not a very strong conventional buyer, anybody out there with a different loan program than yours is going to beat you out at the gate. So that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, what I'm dealing with right now, if people have like an FHA loan or a VA loan, they're hoping some of the conventional people have dropped out to focus on the holidays and they can maybe sneak in and get a house.
So if you're
it's a strategy.
So that kind of loan is lesser. What kind of loan do you want?
It's not actually lesser. It's the problem. It's just that sellers assume it's going to be more of a hassle because if you qualify for a conventional loan program, you're the air quotes strongest buyer.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have an FHA program, you're not as strong because they allow for different tolerances and credit scores and debt to income ratios.
Yeah.
So if you're side by side FHA loan and conventional loan and everything in the entire contract is exactly the same, it is almost 100% expected that the seller is going to pick the conventional loan because they have an assumption that it's going to go through easier than the FHA one. It just shows a little bit more of financial strength for that person who qualified for that loan.
Sure.
Having an FHA loan or a VA loan doesn't mean you should stop shopping, but it does mean that you're not going to win competitions as easily as people who have those conventional loans.
Well, I would think that houses would be magical at Christmas time.
Yeah, that is kind of nice.
You put those lights up in the tree, and all of a sudden you got this feeling.
But if you're about to move, are you going to drag out all your Christmas stuff? It's like opening the pool. People don't do it when they decide to sell their house. I'm like, this would look so much better if you opened the pool and made the backyard look more inviting. We're planning on moving in 30 days.
So I got this. Here we got it. There is something called a Northern Lights cube that you can buy on Amazon. Have you ever
Just to
heard of
brighten
these?
it up? No, but I feel like I'm ordering a 10-pack.
There are, well, you can do a 2-pack for about $30.
Okay.
And what you can aim it at the walls or on the roof, and it warms up a room. Now, I'll show you later what it really looks like, because down at Westfield on weekends we have this great show that is based on stopping by the woods on snowy evenings. So we thought we would add snow and the Northern Lights. And when we bought 4 cubes that fit around the room, and they give this glow, and you're able to warm it up with a blue color or a white color, a colored color. You can have the inside of the cube move so it goes all over the place, and it creates this real warmth.
Gives
that
a little bit of ambiance.
Oh my gosh, yes, yeah.
I'm in. I'm sold. I'm gonna look that up today.
And even if they're called, and there are different ones. The one that we have is something like Lumo. It has L-U-M-A or L-U-M-O in it. You'll see it on Amazon.
Got it.
But and I'll show you afterward. If you all want to go to my Instagram reel, I did one yesterday at the store. Well, 2 days ago at Westfield on weekends. That will give you a sense of how beautiful. Yeah, see it in action. Today is maple syrup day. Do hivers and maple syrup collide?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people who do syrup and honey. Yeah.
Are they bees attract? Well, bees are attracted to honey. Wait a minute.
Yes. Well, bees make honey. They're attracted to nectar.
Are bees attracted to maple syrup?
Do they? I bet they would eat maple syrup if they had the opportunity to do so, but I don't know if they go after the sap of those trees. That's a good question. I'll bring it to a more qualified beekeeper. And
I wonder. Are they out around scouting now? Do you find
they cannot fly when it's under 50 degrees? So
they cannot fly.
Yeah, they stay inside if it's under 50. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they're in the hive right now, keeping warm and eating honey.
And do you have to go out and check that they are not dying out there?
You do. You have to make sure they have enough food stores and that they have enough ventilation this time of year, because they keep it very warm inside the hive. So then the heat,
with all that fluttering back and forth.
That's very true. And then the heat rises, and when it hits the roof, just like anything else, it's cold up there, so condensation forms, and then it will rain back down on them. So that's what will kill bees in the wintertime if they don't have proper ventilation. So you have to prevent that condensation from happening.
Do you have to put any kind of thing over the hive itself in order to preserve it for the winter or whatever?
You don't have to. Some people do. I've seen people use everything from like roofing tar paper to like hay bales to just like do some insulation. But if your hives are properly located and they're not getting like a ton of direct wind and they're in the sunshine, you should be okay without having to actually wrap them or anything. Because I mean, in nature, the bees live in the hollow of a tree, so there's only the thin layer of wood between them and the outside.
That's true.
So it's not the cold that gets them; it's the moisture. So as long as they have ventilation, they are good.
What's the average body temperature of a bee, I wonder? Would you like she knows? You know that?
They keep it 90 degrees in the hive in the winter, just like a human body temperature. Like they keep their little cluster of bees 90-something degrees in there. So
my gosh.
Yeah.
Does the queen need to be the queen active or sleeping in the wintertime? What's she doing in the
never sleeping, but she does peel back the egg laying in the fall. So she'll stop doing that for a while. So she's not creating new bees to feed and raise while the food supply is short. So they've worked all summer and the early fall to save up their food stores for the wintertime. Then they throw out all the drones, which are the male bees that don't do any of the work. So they're not allowed to eat any of the food stores over the winter. And then they eat
Now, wait a minute. Repeat that again. What is that? They throw out all the drones.
The drones.
They've all gone to New Jersey.
Yes.
And maybe Massachusetts.
They go to
They're flying
their
over.
summer homes.
Yes.
Yeah. Nope. They get kicked out, so they don't eat the resources that the ladies have worked to store.
So where are the drones going? They're just out there dying in
to heaven, Bob.
To heaven. They're going to be heaven.
All drones go to heaven.
Oh my God.
After they do their job, which is reproduction.
And how do they kick them out?
I've seen them physically do it. It's a pretty fascinating process. In the fall, you can see the worker bees drag them outside sometimes. And I've heard stories that they'll even pluck their wings off to prevent them from getting back up into the hive, so they're on the ground and they can't get back up in there. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they will force them out.
So the drones are gone.
Drones are gone, so you just have all your worker bees and your queen. So they're still in there taking care of her, feeding her, keeping her warm.
Right.
But she will not be laying eggs right now. Usually it's like January-ish when the season's starting to ramp back up and she needs to
She
start
doesn't
to
go
increase.
into hibernation or anything.
They never sleep.
They never sleep.
Nope, they slow
Bees
down.
never sleep.
Nope. They're awake all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they only live 6 weeks in the summertime, right? Sleep is wildly important.
Sleep. Yeah. Listen, I found out a thing about sleep over here. Yeah, this is very interesting.
I'm trying to get all of my sleep.
Okay. This is from the AARP newsletter. Wait a minute.
What's that? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. You can. Oh, come
Wow.
on.
Sorry.
Have you been approached at all?
Not yet.
You've got
next couple of years.
decade.
Trust me, Sean's been approached.
All right.
So
Okay. Waking up between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. is generally in sync with your body's circadian rhythm.
Okay.
Which is the internal clock that regulates your sleep and wakefulness. All right. Good. Okay. Recommends you wake up no less than 7 hours after you went to bed. Gotcha?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Now, the other thing that I thought was very interesting was that a UK study found that going to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. may reduce heart disease risk, especially in women.
does it matter when you go to bed
Well-
if you get the right amount of sleep?
Well,
That's
it
what I want
says that
someone to tell me.
this improves your sleep, apparently.
Okay.
Other research indicates that deep sleep, which occurs from the hours of 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., so deep sleep occurs between 10 to 11, 11 to 12, and 12 to 1, 3 hours, represents an optimal time for the brain to clear out debris and reorganizing itself, reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease
I
as
like
well.
that. That's so.
So isn't that interesting that if you get to bed before or around 10 to 11 and what did it say? And you get to
7
sleep.
hours.
Yeah.
But if you go to bed at 10 and you get
10 to 11.
7
What time are you
hours,
getting? 7 hours.
That's 5 a.m.
Oh, no, I'm not getting up at
That's
5
what
a.m.
I'm saying. It's completely ridiculous.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, no, I will go to bed at 2 a.m. and I will wake up when I've had 7 hours of sleep. Like that's.
But you got to look, your deep sleep, especially with women.
But why at 10 p.m.? I could not go to sleep at 10 p.m. if you paid me money to do that. There's no way that could happen. I'm a second shift life person, so I'm still working at 10 p.m. Like you can't just turn that off.
Do you think that are you getting any deep sleep before 1 a.m.?
I sleep really well, but yeah, I mean, no. I mean, maybe from 12 to 1.
Yeah.
I like to be in bed by midnight, to be honest.
What,
I
well-
like to, but sometimes we're up till 2, 3 in the morning just doing our work.
Oh my God.
Sean and I both. Like we just
Really?
have a late night. Yes.
In the same room?
Sometimes in the same room. We
Yeah.
have our offices share a wall, so usually there's only a wall between us. But like if it's a late night and depending on what we're doing, like we'll just rip a fire in the living room and sit on the couch together and both have a laptop or a device and just be doing stuff. Yeah. It's quiet. No one else is bothering you at
Yeah.
that time, so
Yeah,
you can
no.
kind of concentrate better.
I have always felt that after 11 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
my mother used to come
It's my
alive.
prime time.
It was
Yeah.
like we were vampires. or
Yeah,
something, you know?
I love it. I'm just going to, and I've been pushing it away for almost my entire life because things like this make you believe like the early bird gets the worm
Yes.
and you got to wake up at 6 a.m. if you want to be successful. But I disagree. If you embrace what your body wants to do or what works best for you, that is how you will be most successful. So 2025, I'm going to full second shift. Like I'm not even going to look at my phone before 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm setting some real boundaries. Yeah, because I'm available to everyone until 11 p.m., 12 o'clock at night. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And most people, I think, would rather text you after work than be stressed out during their work
Sure.
day about real estate.
Well,
things.
most people
So,
know for me that 10 I will not.
Not before 10,
Not
right?
before 10.
Yeah.
I can have a meeting at 10 where you're forcing me to get up by 9 o'clock, but I am, like you, a reader or a worker or whatever
In the
evening. And lately I've found by turning the television off at 10 o'clock and doing some of the work that needs to be done with grants and all of that in a not-for-profit organization, that I'm not so anxious.
Yeah.
You know, I had been working, if it's 5 o'clock and it's lunch, dinner, let's figure it out.
Yep.
Dinner time. Then I would be working through dinner, and then I sort of said, "No, wait a minute. Let me take a break for 2 hours. Or 3 hours, or 4 hours, and then at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, I am going to work for an hour and a half, and then begin reading at 11 o'clock at night or whatever. You know, and what I'm finding is that I am so ready to sleep that I can go off.
Yeah, and I get good sleep, and I still wake up I don't really ever sleep past 8 o'clock in the morning. So I try to be in bed at a reasonable enough time that 8 o'clock gives me enough sleep. But I mean, that's 1 o'clock in the morning. You go to sleep at 1 and still get 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So no ragging on us that stay up at night.
We're
no
still
ragging in the new
We're
year.
still successful and productive members of society,
God.
right? And
no shaming, shaming us late sleepers
I'm just
or whatever.
embracing it. I'm not going to be ashamed of it anymore.
Do you answer the doorbell in your pajamas after 10 o'clock?
If you don't,
before 7, 8, 9 o'clock.
If you don't have an appointment, I'm not answering the doorbell at all.
What if it's the mailman or something?
Oh, then yes, he's seen my pajamas.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Sometimes
I wear my pajamas until I go to the gym. That's my kind of rule at home. So even if I'm up at 6 in the morning, if I don't go to the gym till 10, I'm staying in my pajamas.
Do you go down to pick up like a newspaper or something, appear out of the house? No.
That's a hard rule.
That's a hard rule. Oh, really?
I live on a busy road, and I don't want people seeing my pajamas.
Oh, man. You know, Peter, have you ever seen me in my sleeping getup?
No, I've only been to your house once, Bob.
Are you driving by? Are you outside of your home in your
I wear these
wee willy winky long johns?
Yeah. It looks sort of like I look like
I picture you with the
Billy
long
Wonka.
cap and the little.
Well, I actually, I have that
of course
shawl that what do you call that thing?
Is it a snuggie with a
hood?
hood?
I have the hood and fleece. Okay.
Of course, there's fleece.
Black buffalo print fleece.
Yeah.
And then my sweatpants or whatever are plaid.
Okay.
So it's really disjointed. So, really now I'm shameless. Now I just walk out there and say that people can look at it. So
that could maybe be an age thing too. Maybe I'm getting to the age where I'll stop caring about if people see my pajamas or not.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just start walking out to the mailbox
Vanity, thy name is.
with my fuzzy slippers.
Oh,
no.
We can all admit. Your kerchief. Your Mama's kerchief. Isn't there a poem on that one?
There likely is a poem.
Mom, wait a minute. In the 12 days.
Oh, the night before Christmas.
Mama in her kerchief.
Yeah.
And I in my cap.
Yep.
Kerchief.
Yeah.
Is it a handkerchief?
I think
that
so.
has a kerchief is actually a handkerchief.
Yeah. You tie that around under your chin.
Oh, there we are. Oh,
Before
I love
Christmas.
it. I love it. Well, look, I played that Fleet Foxes song.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear the Fleet Foxes cover that you all know from Pentatonics for Christmas and the holiday season. Listen to Pentatonics do the White Winter Hymnal, which is a Fleet Foxes cover.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Camera's rolling.
I was following the eye, 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 was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats, to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall into the white snow, red as strawberries in summertime. Ooh. swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned around and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. Was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It is
Wow.
December 17th and counting where you are. And it is, as you see, it's getting a little dark out here. All right. Now, this is not strange for those that are getting up in the morning that suddenly behind us, it's getting darker.
It's dim.
It
could be getting lighter if we didn't
if we didn't mention that we were taping in the afternoon. The days are still getting longer, right? Until the 21st.
Shorter.
I mean, shorter.
Shorter, yes.
Shorter. So here we are. We're close to 3 o'clock, and you can see it's very strange.
It's very sad.
Put a fire on, get my little non-alcoholic wine, and have me sit there and drink.
Is that any good?
Yeah. Oh, it's delicious.
Okay.
Well, there's a brand name Free, F-R-E or something like that that's really good.
Okay.
Look at what I'm finishing reading.
You did finish, or you're finishing?
I'm almost finished with Frankenstein.
Okay.
Strange thing that Frankenstein doesn't really follow what I thought Frankenstein was going to follow.
Oh.
This first half of the book is all about that he created a monster. Dr. Frankenstein created a monster. And it's narrated by Dr. Frankenstein. And then the monster escapes and is out there. And he is trying to find the monster. But we don't know anything about the monster. Oh. Finally, he confronts the monster who's able not to do put on the whatever that was. Remember that in the movie? He's able to make sentences. He is able to speak and is literally, now he's telling his story in what looks like the second half of the
monster narrates the second half of the story.
Yeah, and very important.
I don't know this.
Yeah. I spent the winter in this manor. The gentle manners and the beauty of the cottages greatly endeared them to me when they were unhappy. And when they were unhappy, I felt depressed. When they rejoiced, I sympathized in their joys. That's the monster.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm really very interested. It's a very short novel, and it's about.
I know. I'm shocked that you're still reading because
yeah.
you were here.
Well,
last month.
because
You
of
were-
Decemberfest, I've been only reading like 10 pages a day or so. But look what I got! I am so excited.
Of course, there's another giant book behind this.
There is a giant
No,
book.
don't do it.
Oh my God!
Don't do it.
This one is really particularly
Holy
giant.
moly.
Yeah, 900
Is it
and some of
1,000?
them. Yeah. Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. In the translation that everyone says we should read, which is very funny, very artsy, it's by Edith Grossman.
Okay.
And there is a series that I watch on YouTube about how to read long books.
Okay.
Yeah. And what it says is, don't don't make it difficult on yourselves. And he's talking about how to read Don Quixote. And he said, give yourself 6 months and enjoy this book.
Okay.
And I thought, well, could I do 6 months if I'm reading 10 pages a night or 20 pages? I might.
Okay.
But I read the first page and I thought, I cannot wait to read this book. Let me just see here.
You're that excited about the Don
Yeah,
Quixote.
yeah. It was so good that Don Quixote, first part of The Ingenious Gentleman. Idle reader, without my swearing to it, you can believe that I would like this book, the child of my understanding, to be the most beautiful, the most brilliant, and the most discreet that anyone could imagine. But I have not been able to contravene the natural order. In it, like begets like. In it, like begets like. And so what could my barren and poorly cultivated wits beget but the history of a child who is dry, withered, capricious, and filled with inconsistent thoughts never imagined by anyone else? Now, I know it sounds a little highfalutin, right? No, and you're not
reading it.
You're not reading it. What are you reading?
What am I reading right now? I'm reading a book called The Rabbit Hutch, which is brilliant.
Really? The Rabbit Hutch.
National Book Award winner.
Yeah.
2 years ago. It came out in 2022. Tess Gunty, I believe, is the author.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unty.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Easy to read, and I'm really enjoying it. But the writing is like very funny. She's kind of a dry sense of humor, but there's also a lot of deep thinking and like commentary on our modern times. Back to us talking about our phones and things earlier.
Oh, sure.
So I'm finding that to be fabulous.
It's a novel.
It's a novel, yep.
Yeah.
And again, a National Book Award winner. She already won the National Book Award, and I think it's her first novel. So hopefully more to come from her because I am enjoying it so much. We'll see how that goes. I just finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which was also very good.
I remember this from,
Yep. So very good book. A little bit too long for my taste because, again, it's a classic trope of selling your soul to get something in return.
Yeah.
And the consequences of the choice.
Oh, sure.
But it was really fun to read. So if you like that kind of a trope, I highly recommend that one.
Yeah.
And then
horror?
No, it's a regular. It's probably on the bestsellers list right now. It's just a new book.
The Invisible Life
of Addie LaRue.
Addie LaRue. Okay, got it.
Really, really great. And then what else? Oh, I've been reading some Alan Carr, I think is his name. You familiar
Alan
with
Carr,
him?
Carr.
Yes, you know
the
him?
guy. Yeah, the producer from Britain.
No.
Who?
Not
he's
the
not
same guy.
American.
Maybe he's
I think he's British because didn't he discover Boy George?
Maybe.
Didn't he? I think he's a
Maybe,
gay icon.
I hope it's the same guy, but no, this guy has the Easy Way program. So he's
What is the name of it?
He's a gazillionaire from the Easy Way.
Easy Way.
Yes, he's quit smoking, quit taking drugs, quit doing this, and his system, the Easy Way, air quotes. You can buy a book and stop doing whatever your bad habit is. So
you can buy a book.
Yes, he has a book on everything, and it will talk you out of whatever your bad habit is by the time you're done reading it. Promise you. So he's got a bunch of stuff. So I'm trying his How to Stop Your Compulsive Overeating Insanity.
So
that's
his
gonna be
books
my-
are like,
How to quit smoking, the easy way. How to quit drinking, the easy way. How to quit drinking, the easy way for women. How to stop using cocaine, the easy way. Yeah, he has a system for everything, but his system is brilliant. So if you do,
And are they short books or with specific things that you
I
do?
highly recommend, especially this time of year, because everyone's going to make a resolution. But
Oh
look
my
into
God.
Alan Carr, learn a little bit about his system, and if you are serious about stopping doing something in
There
the
must
new
be.
year,
Okay.
then you get a book by him, and you can really stop doing it with
How
his
to
system.
be able to put down your phone.
Yes, I don't know if he has
I've
a
been-
cell phone book. We'll look that up. but
Yeah, and if
it's-
not, we should write it after
it's
we
all
do that
fine,
at
yeah.
that stand that's going to sell egg rolls.
Yes, egg roll stand, and then we'll write the book on how to put your cell phone down. I did read a How to Break Your Phone Addiction book once. That was
You
pretty
did.
good. Yeah.
I don't know how to live a simpler life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of reading still on Buddha and a Buddhist way of life and whatever, and that's kind of helping me in trying to center myself and being peaceful in a
meditating yet?
difficult time. What?
Are you meditating yet?
I meditate in the morning. I wish I were a regular meditator. That's one of the things that I was reading about how to live a long life. Meditation is part of that.
huge, yeah.
And I wonder if when you pray, and I don't mean pray
similar.
into spiritual stuff, when I go outside of my thoughts
Yeah,
and
that's
just
transcendental.
use it.
That's
yeah,
transcendental meditation.
Yeah, that's what
the most
I do a
powerful of
lot.
all the
Oh, is it?
meditations, yes.
Oh my
that will
God.
actually heal your nervous system.
Oh my God! So I do that a lot
Yeah,
lately.
that's very good for a long
But I
time.
got it. Maybe I'll add that to the list of things that will happen in January after I get through the relaxation.
Yes.
Our lives are so
Post-holiday season.
Peter, this is what's going to happen. No, I'm not. This is not what's going to happen.
Okay.
Bob's
This is
telling
what I'm
you right
hoping.
now, Peter.
I don't
Pay
want it to
attention.
happen. But you know how you're running. We've had one event. You've had everything going. You've been that way.
Yes.
And then you say, oh, okay, it's my time to relax. And somehow, somewhere in your body, it says, well, get the cold now.
Yes.
Get.
Oh yeah, if you don't slow down, your body will do it for you.
Yeah. So trying to slow down at the end of the
system strong,
season.
yeah.
Here. Yeah. I think we can do it with love and with light, and in this season of love and light, when we have Happy Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus, Happy the rest of us, Happy Day.
Happy everything.
Happy everything, yeah. And, to find this spirituality in whatever you're doing, and by I mean spiritual life, the spiritual life is finding that peace within you, wherever that is. And maybe in faith, maybe in something that calms you down, maybe in your neighbor's or your partner's eyes, or the love that you receive from others, or what you give to others. That is the secret, I think.
That is the secret.
It's the secret.
The giving is the secret.
We wish everyone the happiest of holidays. Pete, I think, should I be winding down now?
Yeah, and you got about 3 minutes or so.
3 minutes of so.
Because we started right on time.
Yeah.
Look at that.
What are you doing for New Year's Eve? We talked about it earlier.
Gosh, I did.
You're not staying on to.
No,
you're going to
we'll
do
be
New
home.
Year's Eve in Las Vegas. I can't
No,
imagine
you
what that's
cannot
like.
stay in Vegas that long.
You're not. Are you going to go out to a club or stay
Oh,
home?
heck no. Right now, our plan is to stay home. So we will see. On Tuesday nights, we feed our trainer, who is a friend of our family, a young man who is a strong man. Tell you more about that. It's amazing. He is very strong. He's a professional athlete, and he competes in those
weightlifter.
strongman competitions. Yes. And he is only 27 years old, and he's making a record with Sean. So they're doing music every Tuesday. So then I also feed him.
Very cool.
but he's 350 pounds. I have to feed him a lot of food. He eats 4 or 5 pounds of meat at a time. So I cook these gigantic meals on Tuesdays, and New Year's Eve falls on a Tuesday. So saying all of that to say, I already said to him, we likely won't go out. So if you want to just keep our Tuesday routine up, you're a young man, maybe you're going out. But if you're not, we'll still make dinner and you can come over.
My gosh.
Hopefully we're staying home and having a quiet New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
That's my plan.
Well, that's my plan as well. Peter, what's happening on the radio here for the Christmas season? And our TV as well, Westfield.
Christmas Day, I think we're just doing normal shows. No. I know Harry's taping his show.
I gotcha.
New Year's, I used to do the countdown show, but I just, it kind of waned.
Yeah.
It was just me and one other person in here, and everybody used to show up at one point. But
yeah, I remember.
But I think I might just enjoy a night in as well.
Kick the feet up and relax for an evening.
Next week we're probably going to have a best. Well, we are going to have a best of. So I can take a break as well. So I don't know what you're going to play next week, but I bet it's going to be a good
one, Bob.
Yeah. I can go back in my memory and come up with something that's holiday.
Send me the link.
Oh, well, let's do a holiday.
A lot of them are on YouTube, so just go find one and then send me the link.
Oh, okay.
That's what Auerbach does.
Yeah, a December one from years back, maybe that was. And does it tell everybody when we're talking about something? Is there something that says this is a pre-recorded, so they're not running out?
It usually has a time and date on it.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Okay, gotcha. Well, listen, everyone. We wish you the very merriest of holiday seasons. And, I found a song. It is actually, I thought this was great. It mentions the word Christmas, but I think that the season of light and wonder is a way to look at this. Whoever you are, whatever you celebrate, there's a way to find wonder in your life. And if you begin to find the wonder, you can find the peace, because in the peace, there is really such wonder. And let's face it, the world is indeed a place where we need wonder right now. Outside of our wondering what's going to happen, we need to find the wonderful things about the universe, about this area, about our lives as people and as members of a community. That's my I hope that you find that this season. Here's In the Season of Lights and Wonder by Brett Eldridge.
Put up your lights, open your eyes. It's a season of lights and wonder. Lay in the snow, soak in the glow, shine in the moon that you're under. And fill up your cup with cocoa and love, and go give a kiss to your mother. Oh, welcome home to the season of lights and wonder. Put a star on the tree, a bow on the wreath, and come lay your head on my shoulder. 'Cause it comes and it goes, so pull it in close and hold it real tight for it's over. 'Cause time is a gift, let's all be like kids, grateful to have one another. Oh, welcome home to the season of lights and wonder. The angels sing and the church bells ring as the years fly past. We can still go back. Just put up your lights, open your eyes. It's a season of lights and wonder. Oh, come sing along the top of your lungs. The best gift of all is each other. Oh, welcome home to the season of light, and wonder, oh come on, it's a season of lights, and wonder.